I am in a location where I don't have to travel very far. Think about that, right? So I really am in a circle of maybe 5 to 10 miles sourcing, and I'm not having to go an hour out, an hour back. Hi everybody, Mike, the Golden State Picker, with another video from the garage today. We got a cool couple of finds here. Stick around, you're going to see some stuff that's pretty cool. We got some stuff we found out of the bins, some stuff we found at Savers. We're going to quickly talk about something that's been on my mind continually for the last week for some reason. And we're just going to talk about stuff. Now, there may be some noise. There's a jackhammer down the street, so I got to do this video. I don't know, you might hear a little bit of that every so often, so be patient with me in this video. All right, hey, if you're new to my channel, I am out of Silicon Valley or San Jose, California. I do find a lot of cool stuff here. I have access to garage sales, thrift stores, you name it, it's here. So please keep that in mind. Also, you can find stuff in your area that I can't find in my area, so all of that kind of stuff. It's very different everywhere. But if you watch enough YouTube resellers, you see a lot of people making some decent money and making it work. Many full-time, a lot of them part-time. So it's a wide spectrum of us resellers out there, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, the one thing that's on my mind is I've had this one particular person's been saying stuff about, oh, I don't know how you do it as a one-man show, all that kind of stuff. It's impossible, all that kind of thing. I just wanted to kind of go over that really quick. And I want you to understand a couple of things. First is, you know, I am 62, almost 63. I do not have a family to, you know, basically support, meaning, you know, children, 5, 6, 7, teenagers, all that kind of stuff. I don't work outside and have a job, you know, and try and do this too. So that's a big caveat. You gotta remember that, right? But there is a key here is my area. I find a lot of cool stuff. We talk about that. But I do have a process, a routine, a structure that I work around. And that is huge. If you don't have that structure or that process, this is all impossible, because I source, I list, I ship, and I do YouTube videos. I do all that, yes, by myself. YouTube videos, not that hard. They probably take about an hour of my time when I sit down and really do it. As far as editing, just putting it together. That's why I can't be out in doing garage sales. I mean, that's just another thing for me. I would love to do those, but it's for what I'm trying to do sales-wise and stuff. It's just better that I'm geographically located in my garage doing these videos. That's kind of the way I think. But I also, you know, want you to understand that I am in a location where I don't have to travel very far. Think about that, right? So I really am in a circle of maybe 5 to 10 miles sourcing, and I'm not having to go an hour out, an hour back, to you know, those kind of things too. So time is, everybody's got the same amount of time. There's 24 hours in a day, period. And so my time is like, if I want to go to Savers right now, I could be there in 10 minutes, that kind of thing. And I hang at Savers and look around at Savers. If you've seen me there, you know what I'm talking about. And I go elsewhere, and then garage sale season happens. That's on Saturday. So it is all inducive to where you're at and how you set your whole business up. I did over $300,000 in gross sales, I believe, the last 3 years. Now, I'm not growing to $400,000. Now, that's not going to happen, okay, unless I find some mega score, okay, something like that. And it doesn't, I'm not shooting for that. I'm building my own personal structure, process, and working within that and trying to refine it and make it better. For example, today is Senior Tuesday. I'm not going to Savers yet. I'm going to try and go in the afternoon, but I'm prioritizing what I need to do. And that is, I need to get this stuff up. You're going to see it here in a second. And I need to get that stuff out because I don't have a death pile. That is huge when you can take stuff, put it up, move on to the next thing, and source again. And if you're sitting and you look and you've got a pile and you don't have that stuff up, you're not going to get the $300,000, okay? Because you got to get that stuff up. That's what I'm talking about here. So efficiency, the structure, all that plays a factor in me doing what I'm doing. Okay, my wife will attest that I am the one that does it all. Okay, she helps me here and there, but it's very little. She does a few things here and there. Sometimes I hand her some games, say, can you count the pieces or look at them? That's about it. Okay, we'll bring her out sometime and we'll talk about this and try and get it all together. And we're going to go back to North Carolina in a week. And we're going to go talk to Adam. We're going to talk to him. He'll tell you the same thing. We'll talk about reselling with Adam and what he's doing. So we got a lot of stuff in the can. So it's going to be pretty cool. All right, let's get right into what we found now. Interesting stuff. So I did books. I'm going to show you what I found there. I found some pretty cool stuff. It has been a while since I found what I consider super cool stuff. And I'm going to show you that. I'm making sure I got everything here. And we'll start right off with what I got at Savers. Now, as soon as I'm done with books, I usually have to drop some stuff off, so I do the post office, UPS, all that kind of stuff. And I went over to Savers and walked into Savers, and I don't know how this works out, but within the first 10 minutes, I scored this, okay? Out came a cart, and all this was on there. I had to just grab it really fast. And I'm going to start with the smallest, okay? Well, I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the biggest. We'll talk about the smallest in a minute. Take a look here, folks. Look at this. Who is that? Look at, there it is. That is so cool. Look at, that is Hannibal Lecter, right? And that is Neko or Nico, I think. I don't know if I'm getting it right. But this is a toy. I think it's 2001 or 6. I'm not positive. But it has sound. Let's see if I can play it for you.
Good evening, Clarice. The census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hannibal Lecter was $15 minus the 20%, so he was 15, and super fine. Hannibal with just himself, there's a 70 sale, 70 comp. I'm gonna say 100, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. It's missing a few pieces. It's missing the strap here. We're gonna talk about parts in a minute. So we're missing the strap and a couple things, but to me, that's okay. I'm gonna make probably, let's say, $100 on Hannibal Lecter. I gotta find a place to put Hannibal. I'm gonna put Hannibal back in here just because that's where I want to put him for right now. He's big. All right, take a look at this one. Oh my goodness, look at, who is that? That is from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Look at, awesome, right? Is that not cool? Super cool, super awesome. And the chainsaw has been re-glued, okay? And it's missing a piece, like a handle piece, but that's okay because, hey, these are hard to find. Let's see if I can get him to play. He plays, I just have to... How cool, right? So the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've seen this 150-ish. I don't know. We'll have to see because he's got, like I said, an issue here. But still, all the pieces seem to be there except for there's that handle piece that I think his arm went on there. There was a handle and it's missing. Still, there's going to be somebody who wants that. So let's say it's 100. He was $17.99. Okay, $17.99. I'm putting them right there just to keep them there safe. Let's go into this one. Look at this set of dolls. Okay, I'm telling you, this is how it works. I'm standing there. I got a bunch of this stuff, and a gentleman goes, "Hey," he goes, "I noticed you got those toys." He goes, "Do you want these?" And he had them in his cart, and he handed them to me. I said, "Sure." And right off the bat, there you go. Who are they? Many of you are going to know, right? I'll show you what this guy, look at this guy. He's all handcuffed, right? All right. Many of you know, look at this guy. The movie is Reservoir Dogs, and these are posable dolls with the clothing. Now, they're missing a few pieces here and there. Doesn't matter, okay? There's the gun. This guy's a gun. That's cool. He has a cigarette pouch, which is cool. So, these, we're going to talk about parts in a second. This is pretty cool. So the Reservoir Dog 5 set, they were $5.99 each. Okay, so take away the 20%, whatever. Figure that out. That is a cool little grouping. I'll put this over here for now. And now we're going to get into another one that's super cool. I put them in a bag, and we're going to explain now in a second. Pull it out. Oh, who is that? That is Jason. And you notice he's got an axe, okay? But he's missing something over here. We'll show you that in a minute. And that's Jason from Friday the 13th, Part 3. And how do we know? Well, there's the base, okay? It has the bar for the back. And the one thing that was, I had to go back because when I pulled this out of the bin, this was missing and it was still in the little gray bin. And that's the machete that's in the other hand. So that's why I've got it in a bag right now until I can finish doing what I need to do with it and get it up. So there's Jason, okay? Jason fully loaded, which is with the machete, the base and everything, is anywhere around $100. So we got 100, 100, 100. I'm gonna call Reservoir Dogs 100. So there's 400 right there. And we're gonna talk in a second about this as I show you the last one I got. I couldn't figure this one out, okay? So there it is. And there are some parts in here, okay? But this is something here. I Google Lensed and I eBayed and I couldn't figure it out. And then my friend Brian, he's great with toys, immediately knew. This is also from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But it is missing pieces, okay? And it's got some of them, but not all of them. Now, I paid $5.99 for this little setup here. And Jason was, I think he was $9.99. Jason was $9.99. So I'm going to put these over here real quick. I got to put that there. I think if that Texas Chainsaw was all there, it would be about $100 bucks. So let me just throw Jason in there real quick. The one thing about these toys is the critical part are these parts now. It's absolutely crazy, but my friend Brian, he buys almost every bag of little parts that are coming out like at Goodwill. Like they don't know what to do with them, so they throw them in a bag and they charge $6. Savers kind of does the same thing, and he's just hoarding all of these, right? And parts and stuff. I'm going to flash some parts up here of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pieces. You'll be amazed at the prices just for pieces of stuff to toys. Okay, that is huge. It's a what? Remember we talked about every category, but it is crazy. So, like I said, I don't have all the pieces to that one. If I did, it could be great, or you could even sell off just parts and pieces to some people. So that's why it's important to get all these parts. So, what Brian says he does is he just grabs the bags, puts them in a tote, and he just basically sits on them. He still has a full-time job, and when he gets ready to retire, all of this stuff like he's going to make an absolute killing. I mean, he has a collection of stuff that is going to be unbelievable when he goes to start selling it. So, you see what I mean? He's thinking about his retirement now. He's just 50. And he's thinking, how am I going to do my retirement? And that's what he's going to do. He's going to take all these things like parts and toys and stuff like that. And he's a sports car collector. You name it, he's going to do it. So there you go for the toy part. That was the toy part of the video. I went right into it for you. All right, now let's get into a few other things that I found, especially at the bins. And we're going to start off with something right here that, if you don't know, this is a puzzle you want to look for. This brand, Liberty Puzzles. This is a classic wooden jigsaw puzzle. And I find puzzles all the time in my bin. And this is the Liberty one. And they wrap theirs very unique. Okay, that is it. And then the pieces are, I won't drop them. That's all I need. They're wooden little cuts. See them? Beautiful. Yeah, now this is like, I think 501 pieces. It's a weird number, 501. We'll count these, make sure. That's not too hard to count. And if this is all there, this is a $100 puzzle. One bin, right, for one puzzle. That's pretty darn cool. Okay, let's get into old. Okay, here we go. This is Guns Domestic Medicine. And when you see it, you just know, okay, it's old. Now, how old? It's interesting. So when I opened it up, somebody had this in Indianapolis. This is 1832, I think, is when this was printed. Believe it, that's crazy, huh? Yeah, 1830. No, this is 1838. This is 1838. and it's in really pretty good condition for its age. This is called foxing. You can see this pattern here. That's called foxing on it. I'm trying to hold it up without breaking the book. It's $50. Okay, it's not. You think it's more, but it's not. But it's a solid 50. It sells for $50 consistently. All right, getting into what I like to find this one all the time. This is Black's Law Dictionary. Has a few problems right there on the spine. I wish those were more on the cover because they sit on the shelf. Still, this is about $75. This is the 4th edition. There's a 3rd. There's several different ones. But Black's Law Dictionaries, you're going to sell them in all different price ranges. Many will put this on Amazon, but I won't because of condition. I'm really worried about that. So this is going to stay on eBay for that one. Where are we going? We got a couple more here to show you. Oh, albums. Yeah, I found some video games. They're out there. Quite a few Xbox 360 games. I'll put those together in a lot. But then we got some more albums. This is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club. This is the Peter Frampton Bee Gees version, and this is the original version. And you'll look at this as 1978, okay? And this has the original poster. So that is super cool, okay? And this did not, I don't know, I can't remember if it went over. Peter Frampton, once he did Frampton Comes Alive, I think the whole thing shifted, and he went to I'm in You, and that was like not well received, so to speak. The song was okay. And then he went and did Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but Frampton is still great. But this one here is a nice one. And then we got Sgt. Pepper's. Now, if I had the original in this good a condition, that would be great. But this one is not. You usually just got to look down below here. This is 2009 for this repop of Sgt. Pepper's. You can also look for the UPC code. If that's there on an older album, you know that's not going to generally be. So this is still a solid find. Let's call those 2020. And then we took Dirty Dancing to show you because soundtracks, movie soundtracks with a lot of great songs. Like here's Hungry Eyes by Eric Carmen, Overload, Hey Baby, just different songs, you know, on here. And Dirty Dancing. There's a newer band, newish, Soundgarden, 2-record vinyl. Now these sell for about 40 brand new, but still, let's call it 25, okay? And then the great Fleetwood Mac Rumors, one of the best albums of all time. And there you go. There's that UPC code, and it has a year down here. It's going to tell us. I just can't see it right now. It'll have a year down here, and that'll help you figure it out, too, if it's a repop. Usually repops are not in this good condition, generally speaking. So I got the albums. Very nice. I got a few more. I got Joni Mitchell and a few others that I'm not going to show you. And then a Bible. Wow, an older Bible, but this one is cool. This is why I love Bibles. Look at this. Holy Bible, New Analytical Indexed Edition. There's the indexing right there, okay? 1950, okay? And what is the presented 2 pages filled out, but the pages are like mint. They are so, look at that, absolutely bright white. Love this. There's no writing or anything. This I'm going to put up for $150. This will be a $150 Bible. You can see how Bibles can really be worth some good money if you find the right ones. And I love it. Somebody will buy that for sure. I'll put it for $150 and see what happens. I'm not going to lowball this one. I love it. It looks so good. Condition plays a factor in everything that we do. So keep that in mind when you're out there sourcing and looking to list. It doesn't mean that you always put the lowest. If yours is super good condition, might be the highest, okay? All right, now, I got to clean up a little bit. I'm going to come back, and we're going to talk about stuff we sold. And we got a few cool things there, too. So let's go take a look. All right, everybody, it is now time to show you what we sold. This is a day and a half. Still have some time for part of Tuesday. And we got $648 here and 16 items. And we got some cool ones, so stick around for this portion of the video. A lot of good stuff. Oh, and I got one more item I want to show you that I found at Savers. I forgot it. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, this one came out, and I grabbed it, and I wasn't really positive. Is it upside down? I don't know. It's sitting in there. People got it upside down. It's a Walt Disney World train. Now, all the figures are there. There's little figures. There are 4 of them. Everything is there. I haven't got around to shooting this one. I think the price is still on it down there. It's $30. I paid $30 minus 20%. So I took $6 off. So let's call it $30. It should be fine. I mean, I've checked it all out. It looks great. This will be $100 to $150 depending on time of year, all that kind of stuff. I still think it's worth flipping it, and shipping is not too bad. I have a box that usually fits it just perfectly. So this I also found. So I don't always just pay $6, $7. Occasionally you got to pay a few more, right? And that one was interesting because the same gentleman who handed me the Reservoir Dogs said that this he has sold several times, especially towards Christmas, and he says that's a good one, so keep it. So nice. That's that networking. Get to know everybody, right? We talk about that. I didn't even know this gentleman, and he said, do you want these? I see that you got those. I mean, I didn't know who this person was. And he handed me those Reservoir Dogs and gave me the tip on that one too. I mean, I knew it was good, but again, he reinforced my belief that that was still a good one. Anything with Walt Disney, the one is the monorail is really cool. So there's several of these that are very good to resell. So that was nice. All right, let's get right into it. Had these forever. I didn't want to throw them away, okay? So these are Bob the Big Boy, Adventures of Big Boy. There are 4 comics in here, okay? They came out of my bin a long time ago, and I put them together, and they didn't get a whole lot of money. Bob got, I think, $8 plus $7 for shipping, so super nice. I believe these are, like I said, I think if you went to it says Bob's Big Boy Restaurant. Remember that? When I was a kid or younger, when I was a teen, they were stealing the Bob Boy statues and taking them for senior pranks all over the place. I know our school did it once. They took the Bob's, it always would disappear. Then they started to do different things to make sure that it couldn't get stolen. I remember, get this, I was at the flea market not long ago, and a Bob's the Big Boy was there, and somebody wanted top dollar. And one of my friends, Mike, was trying to figure out how to get a hold of that, or I think he did. I'm gonna have to ask him and then come back and talk to you about that and see if he was the one who got it. But yeah, Bob's Big Boy, the big statue that used to sit out front. Okay. Can't sell games only at Christmas? No, you can sell them all year round. Super Scrabble. And what is different about Super Scrabble? The board's a little bit bigger and there are 200 tiles. And it is a desirable game. My wife loves to play Scrabble, but she does not like to play Super Scrabble. It's just too long, too big. So Super Scrabble got $26, I think. No, yeah, what did Scrabble get? 29. I'm looking here to make sure. Yeah, it got 30 plus 15. 30 plus 15. Oh, if I sound like I'm kind of wound up and going, I'm waiting for this water heater over here to fire up. I got a feeling that's going to happen, so I'm trying to keep going. I got noises out, trash cans being picked up. There goes I think that might have been a trash can. All right, here we go. Shel Silverstein. We talk about Shel, and this is a 4-book set. I took an offer because I had another one up. I find these a lot in the bins. $20 plus $11 shipping. Interesting facts about Shel. Look at this. Shel, he's long past, but he needed a better picture on a kid's book than that one. That looks a little bit scary. Some of the other ones in there are just as bad. But Shel is a character. He has been around a long time. Where did he write for? He wrote for Playboy magazine, and then he turned into writing kids' books and poems and stuff. He did all the drawings. Very talented man. And he also did a famous song, and that was from Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, and that was on the cover of the Rolling Stone. That was written by Shel Silverstein. So very interesting man. Everybody has something, and you know, you just think of Shel and you go, who is this guy? Then you Wikipedia him, you do a little research, and you find out, hey, he was a pretty unique guy. All right, let's stick with Book Lots. Sold it right away. And I tell you, this is the one you look for, by Joey Berry, Help Me Be Good, the book set. And there are 27 here, I think. It's a 29 book lot. How do you know? You look on the back here. It tells you every book right there. So I only have 27. Don't know where the other 2 were because they were all right there and I was looking for them. And the books went for $80 plus $17 on the shipping side. So right there, those was $100, right? So what's my bin? $90 bucks pays for it, right? Let's take a look. Let's slow down, tap it down. Here is some strings. I sold the second set of strings. There are 8 strings in here, Diodero, and they are guitar strings, okay? And the string sold for $17 plus $8 on the shipping side. We're talking about Bibles. This is a little snap Bible. Oh, I love this. It's like a pocket snap Bible. This one it didn't have a lot of comps on it. It just doesn't, and it's had been around for a while. So it sold for full price, but it only sold for 10 plus 6. Again, I don't like to get rid of any Bible unless it's damaged, okay, and really bad, because there's always going to be somebody out there that wants something like this, and it's important to me to make sure that I get Bibles out to the people who need them, okay? Here we go. Let's go 2 more books. Explain here. This guy is Business Data Networks and Security. Now, a lot of people will try and snipe you here because they're going to resell this themselves or potentially on Amazon. I am blocked on this one, and I got offers from $15 to $20. Once you start to see offers kind of roll in, that's telling you that this is probably going to sell for its price, if it's priced correctly. And I was right. I didn't take any of those offers, and someone came along and gave me full price, $30 plus free shipping. That's where I thought it was going to sell, and it did. So cannot complain on that. So that's a nice one. All right, here we go. I had this one around, domestic and diagnostic and statistical for the DSM. This is for mental health, that kind of thing, I think. American Psychiatric Association. But I had this little reference book, and I think that's why it helped, because there's a lot of tabs on this. This was just this is not a candidate for Amazon, okay? It's just pretty rough, okay? That's my opinion. And the DSM sold for $25 plus $10 on the shipping side for that. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything lined up here. All right, here we go. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know why. Went to a garage sale this weekend. Garage sales have been thin because it's winter, and I went to this one. This is the only thing I got. Look at this. It's a mouse. I paid $1. It's hard to see, but I've got it wrapped up because otherwise the little roller ball will bounce out. This is by Kensington. $1, okay? And I was glad to take it. It was sitting right there. And the mouse sold for, I'm trying to find it. What did I do with the mouse? It was like $30 plus $10 on the shipping. $30 and $10 shipping. Those, I mean, if I could do these every day like this, $30, and do 10 of these, oh my gosh, unbelievable. You talk about doing over $150,000 on eBay alone, right? There you go, right? If you do $500 a day, I think it's $176,000 or something. If you do $300 a day, that's like $118,000, I think, something like. And I'm just doing the math in my head, so keep that in mind when you're doing this. All right, here we go. Oh man, another clock. I sell these mostly for parts, and here's another one. This is a Seth Thomas clock, and I'm not gonna test it or anything. I don't have the keys. There's the keys. That's hard to find, and most of them aren't with it. The clock sold for $40 plus $23 on the shipping side. So nice, as is, little sale there. All right, let's go into, we're going to save these 2 for last, and we're going to go back into golf. Boy, golf season's starting to pick up. Spring's coming, so golf clubs are going to start to sell across the country. When winter hits, sometimes it's Florida, it's Washington, it's California, that kind of thing, but it's going to start picking up. And here is a driver I have had, Callaway Extreme. We talk about knowing the loft, 10.5. We talk about the flex, regular. All those things need to be known. Also, you need on a driver, I do measure my drivers. You need to know the length. I'm going to try and show you with a straight edge here really quick. I use a folding ruler, so this one is not long enough, but then I take and I measure it straight through there to all the way up to the top of the shaft, and this one is 46 inches. I know that because I put it in the ad. So they're generally 45 to 46 inches for the drivers. Keep that in mind. And what did we get for that one? Just real quick. Did I tell you what I got for it? The Callaway was 35 plus 17. And we ship those in tubes, and we keep the tubes what? 48 inches and below 6x6 at its biggest girth. You change it to 7 and you change it to 49, the price goes through the roof. So that's where you got to really be careful and make sure your box size, because it's about cubics, not about so much about weight. Most of them are going to be under 2 pounds, so keep that in mind. All right, this is the driver I played back in North Carolina. This is a TaylorMade R11. You'll see this one is white, okay? Why'd they do white? Reflection, glare. That was just what they were doing back then. Now this one is a 12-degree loft, so you can see how it could change, right? Remember we talked about a key. What is the key? It's like a little wrench, torque wrench, and that's what changes this, allows the head to be shifted into different positions. You will see the word lower. You will see the word, I think, higher, okay? And you will see the word standard. I'm trying to get it in there for you. But you just say, I don't have the key, or most people assume you don't have the key, but don't assume, because that'll make a what out of you and me, okay? And again, this is a Project X shaft, okay? And this one does not really show the flex. So Project X 5.5. If you want to know what Project X is, you type in Project X 5.5, what is the flex? And it will tell you what the flex is in various degrees. So that's another way that you can look at things, is type in the word into Google if you're not positive about the flex of 5.5. It's obviously a half step flex somewhere. Just put that in your ad and you'll be okay. We've got to make sure our item specifics with golf clubs are spot on. You don't want to go in there and have a graphite shaft marked as a steel. The loft is a 10 when it's a 12. So if you're sniping an ad, try and find the exact same one, but then double check your item specifics. We talk about not just selling the clubs, we sell the shafts. I believe this might be my last one. I think I sold every one. This is the last one. We needed to know what the tip was, right? Luckily, I have a Callaway here, so I could then double check, and this is a Callaway tip. You can see what I'm talking about. See how it's like a little jigsaw puzzle, and you can see N+2, NS is standard, D. Oh, let me get it in here. Oh, there it is. D is draw. So there you go. See all these little letters, okay? I'm just giving you a golf lesson. You got to tell them what the grip condition is. That's just okay. Again, the shaft, we got $58, almost as much for the golf club. 58 plus 14 on the shipping side. Something I do here with the tip, just so you know, shipping these, because they will fling your tubes like this. Boom! They will shoot them. They love it. It just fits in your hand. I don't blame them. It's like they can shoot these tubes pretty far, right? Well, you don't want your shaft to go through the front or the back. So what I do is I take a piece of cardboard and tighten that up right there so that just can't be a smaller surface to poke through. So put some heavy cardboard, tape it up real quick there with some bubble wrap. That prevents it from hopefully being shot. I haven't had a problem yet with one shaft during shipping, so keep that in mind when you're doing golf club shafts, all right? We're gonna get to this in a second. This one here was in my bin of books. And Old Town Photo Album 2-pack. I got 2 of these, 600 photos. You don't think they sell, right? Yeah, they do. And this got $30 plus free shipping. I'll take it. It's free money. I got 2 of them. I still have 1 more left. So there are still people who are using photo albums. Wow, we're flying along here. Last one I think is right here. Person said, hey, I'm going to buy several of your items. Will you at least knock down the shipping? Certainly. That's obvious. I will do that. So she bought 4 of these. She's overseas. So I'm just going to make sure I charge her what it cost me to ship it to Illinois with the international shipping program. They don't call it global shipping anymore. They call it international. Why? To me, it's the same. I don't know. Okay. Carol Boyes. Remember, Carol Boyes is the artist out of South Africa. She has passed away and did stuff like this. This is a mezuzah. I can't say it. I hope I can say it right. Mezuzah hangs over the door of a Jewish household, and very interesting piece. Sold that one. And here's like a little cheese cutter. I sold that one also. Nice. Look at her designs. You can see that her designs are very unique. This is like a bottle opener / cutter, I guess, something like that. Again, her handle's very unique. And then this last one, which is a like a coffee scoop or something. And if you look here, it says her name, Boys. So you're looking for that. I paid what? A whole lot. There was 35 pieces of Boys, and I think 4 pieces or 3 pieces of Arthur Court. Sold 2 doorstops of Arthur Court for 35 each. That was 75. And then a bunch of this. And this Carol Boys lot went for $150 for 4 pieces of Carol Boys. So I paid $275 for 35. I've sold them. I only have a few pieces left. I have about 8 left, 10 left. So I sold about 25 pieces. So keep your eye out for stuff. So I pay up if it's the right thing and I can make money and make decent money. I mean, not just turn in $1, then I'm going to buy it. Okay. Just like the Disney thing there. I paid up. I consider that paying up. I'd like to pay $10 at a garage sale for sure. You know, it's hard to do that, but you get what I'm talking about. So there you go. I beat my water heater. It didn't turn on. That's the most frustrating thing, because I gotta wait an hour. If that thing goes on, boom, then you'll hear a buzz through the video and I'm done. So I'm kind of looking at it and I haven't heard it fire up. So there we go. There's a video. It was a little, I don't know, I was a little, it's morning. I don't drink coffee, so it wasn't buzzed, but I do have an energy drink. So there you go. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.